Welcome to Reality 33 TV. Christopher Williams was born 1967 in the Bronx, New York, and is the nephew of legendary jazz singer Ella Fitzgerald. Growing up, he dealt with not feeling as if he fit in due to him being biracial. As a teen, he got into hustling and hanging with a rough crowd. However, when one of his friends was murdered, he decided to leave the street life alone. He met Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett by being with his aunt Ella, and he attended a performing arts high school. He was inspired by Michael Jackson to dance and sing. He enrolled in college but later dropped out when his girlfriend became pregnant with his first child. He decided to go all in with getting signed and got a deal with Geffen Records in 1988. His first single, Talk to Myself, which was a new jack swing sound and sounded very similar to Bobby Brown's My Prerogative. The single reached number 4 on the Billboard R&B charts. Chris's popularity began to rise with the ladies based heavily upon his looks. His follow-up single, Promises, Promises, which was a ballad that began to gain comparisons of his voice to Teddy Pendergrass, reached number 7 on the R&B charts. Chris said in his TV One Unsung that the song was about his love interest at the time, who was Stacey Dash. The relationship was tumultuous due to both of their popularity rising. Also, Chris was attracting a lot of women and entertaining them. In 1990, his manager landed him a role in the movie New Jack City, which was released in 1991. He was also on the soundtrack with the single I'm Dreamin', which became the biggest of his hits, reaching number 1 on the Billboard R&B charts. However, his personal life was in a bad place, with Stacey Dash being pregnant while the relationship was on a decline. Chris said in his TV One Unsung that he had come to the realization Stacey, quote, hated me because women loved me. After Stacey, he dated Halle Berry briefly. Christopher lost his deal at Geffen, but was picked up by Uptown Records. In 1992, his first single on Uptown was All I See, a ballad he says he wrote during the time he was battling custody for his son with Stacey Dash. It reached number 19 on the R&B charts. His follow-up was a dance single, Every Little Thing, which peaked at number 7. In 1993, he was a part of MTV's Unplugged, featuring Uptown's artists. He covered the Teddy Pendergrass record, Come and Go With Me, but MTV cut the performance, which upset Chris, and he went into Uptown and threw a couch through the glass partition and began destroying the offices, tearing down gold records from the walls. Chris left Uptown Records and signed with Giant Records, however, it would not last long. His career was already on the decline by this time. Due to his outburst at Uptown, he had a mark on his reputation that he was difficult to work with. In 1996, Chris felt the need to clear his name after Halle Berry admitted an ex-boyfriend had beat her and caused her to lose hearing in one of her ears. People speculated it was Chris, but he said it was actually Wesley Snipes and not him. After 3 label deals and 3 albums, he felt he was blackballed in the industry. He moved to Virginia, where his parents lived, and turned his life to God. He returned to acting in stage plays in the early 2000s and recorded a gospel album. In 2014, he appeared briefly alongside his wife on the Bravo show Real Housewives of Atlanta. In October of 2022, he revealed that he had been struggling with health issues related to kidney failure and was in a coma from November of 2021. He openly talked about his illness causing him to lose weight drastically, down to 129 pounds, and admitted that it was hard to pick up a fork to feed himself. November of 2022, he made a special cameo appearance in Washington, D.C. during curtain call of the adapted stage play of New Jack City live on stage, with an impromptu performance of his hit song, I'm Dreaming. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more.